Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News. This is weather and lifestyle news. And boy, yesterday I had to miss out. Bad case of Chinese food. Mm. Mary said, "Are you sure they weren't going to get you?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. I think they fed me cats. I think it was cats that was in their kettle at the Silver Spoon. Won't be eating there again." So we all ended up very, very sick yesterday over Chinese food. So Ellie's feeling better today. I'm spunky and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and well, I don't have my tail. Uh, but coming up on Halloween, boy, I'm a she-wolf, so I might have a tail. So good vibes is what William says. Good vibes. He'll be on in about an hour. We got some World War III report if that's what you're waiting for today. So we have Tropical Storm Carl. Now, if it's anything like an employee used to have, he's going to fizzle out. Uh, Carl was always good for a good run, and then he would fizzle out on me. Uh, so, if Carl, if you're watching, yeah, I'm talking about you. So, I hope everyone's having a wonderful Thursday. And boy, the news is just crammed full today. Um, but I want to get on to lifestyle news and weather and earthquakes and uh, on with it, on with the show, they would say. All right, here we go,
Well,
folks.
Tropical Storm Carl has strengthened but hasn't moved much since yesterday. This is sitting stationary right now in the Gulf of Mexico, winds 50 miles per hour. Now, this storm will be pushed to the south due to a cold front that is moving through the U.S., and that means we're looking at a landfall sometime on Friday in southeastern Mexico. The main threats are going to be flash flooding and heavy rain. Some areas could pick up over 5 inches of rain as we go into the weekend.
Oh boy, Carl gonna hit Mexico. Um, they said, they're getting ready in Mexico. They say, and they'll be ready for flash flooding, is what they're expecting. I don't know if that'll do good for the illegals coming up out of Mexico, but hopefully they got a dry place. Um, then we have the national weather. Well, maybe. Yep, we sure do. We had the storm come through us, and Arkansas is the storm killer. Hey, Linda G. Good to see you. Sorry we missed everybody yesterday. I sure missed you guys. I was I was already asked William, then I called him up and I was like, "Oh, I'm green. I'm green." I think William laughed at me. My brother laughed at me, and uh, we all had a good laugh about yesterday and Chinese. Yeah, I got some. Linda, I think I got some cat at the Silver Spoon, is what happened. All right. And the weather, they're saying we could have some snow up in Canada already. Is everybody ready for the snow up north? I know they're needing it in Alaska, and some of the northern states are needing all this water. Hey, DB, how you doing today? So let me. I'm going to get some of these comments in here. We got DB Wolf. He's my favorite trivia. Now you guys got to remember Fridays now is trivia, so not Saturday nights. It'll be tomorrow at this time. So be sure to come in for trivia tomorrow night. Linda, I won't let anybody else know, and then you can come in and you can win. No, I'm teasing. Boy. All right. I better get on with the weather or we're gonna have popcorn thrown at me. I know it because I could feel Karen creeping. I could feel her creeping and say, "Nope, Ellie, nope, the popcorn in your face." Yeah. Yeah, because she likes to win. She's not very good at losing. Well, see, this is what happened for those that are late and just now joining us. We ordered some Chinese food for the family. And I'm just going to say it was cats in the kettle at the Silver Spoon because every one of us got sick. Badly sick. It almost immediately hit us. And, we all kind of looked at each other and I think I needed 5 bathrooms yesterday. Can I say restrooms? Okay, 5 restrooms. I don't think we could say bathrooms. So, hey, Mary. Mary, to answer your question, I did call, and there was like quite a few complaints, and according to the health department, because they know me there, They said they have gotten numerous complaints at the Silver Spoon. And I was told I can't say the name because they might come get me if I say it, the name of the place. But I'm just saying that, they just had some bad cats or something. I must have got a tail stuck in my throat, or I don't know. So there was quite a few complaints, and more than likely, this place will be shut down. The food tasted pretty good. I don't know if it was the fried rice or if it was the noodles or the egg rolls, because every one of us had something different, and we all got sick. So, anyway, on with the weather because I know you guys are wanting to know about the five-toed cat. I am. I laughed till I cried on that one for a five-toed cat. You don't see those very often. All right, let's get to the weather. We're not very far into the
National
show.
forecast and the Northeast, get ready. You have a cold front moving your way. That is going to bring in showers, thunderstorms, the potential for heavy rain, especially by this evening and overnight. Now, through the Midwest and plains, you are dealing with cooler temperatures. That front has passed you by. It's dry today, but chilly. Down to the south, well, you'll have clearing conditions throughout the day. So by afternoon time, a lot of you, the sun will be back out and temperatures will be fairly mild. Now it's quiet out to the west. Temperatures are staying beautiful, a little bit cool along the coast, but inland we are looking at some very warm, pleasant temperatures throughout the desert southwest. Now, for the Midwest, you do have some changes in your forecast for Friday. That cold air sticks around, but notice we put a little bit of snow in the forecast in Minneapolis and Marquette. Watch out for those snowflakes to come your way. Down to the south, you're doing just fine on Friday. Temperatures will warm up some and it will be dry. And on Friday for the Northeast, well, you'll have clearing conditions.
Snow. Are you guys ready for some snow? Those up north, it looks like Michigan and a few Wisconsin could get some snow. I know it's colder than usual here. Um, we the weather we're having today and this week is usually colder, but now we had that one volcano that went, and we could be seeing the ash flow across the states in the jet stream. So not you. Uh-oh. We'll send you some snow, okay, Linda? Linda, I think Linda wants snow. So earthquakes. Um, let's let's see if I can remember how I did this yesterday. Aha, there we go. I found a new little trick so you guys can see the whole map a lot better. Now, I'm saying the biggest ones we're looking at is a New Zealand was a 5.1. Now, you know what I noticed? Everything has been bouncing back and forth, but in a triangle. It's been going from like New Zealand over to South America and then up to Alaska or right around Northern California. It's like a little triangle of earthquakes that we're getting. And McCarthy, Alaska, just now got hit with a 2.7 just now. Now we had one, I keep telling you about California. Now we had Pistol River, Oregon, that got hit with a 4.4. Then one down in El Agaji, Mexico. I know I said that wrong, 4.7. And then we had a cluster over on the islands of Puerto Rico, a 3.6. San Astias and Saba, they got a 3.9. Let's see if I can get all these. They're all on top of each other. Isabella, Puerto Rico, 3.0. But there's about five of them right there. Hello, Susan. Good afternoon and good to see you. So we had another good size one up in Kursk, Russia with a 5.0. The ones that Dutchsons have been watching over in Italy, that was a 4.3. And then they had one over in Turkey, which he talked about. And he usually says if it does that, then most of the earthquakes will go either up around close to Iceland on the mid-Atlantic range or in the UK. So we had one over here. Let's get this one in Port Mathurin, Mauritius. That was a 4.6. And let's see, this one here was in Indonesia, Cinnabang at 4.5. Up around Alaska on the islands, that was a 3.2 on Nikoloski. And then right a little bit farther about this, even with the last one that just hit, Ivan of Bay, Alaska, 3.4. And then, of course, a small one, 2.5 in Pedro Bay. Now, on to the middle of the United States. There was one that hit up around Virginia. I don't know if you guys felt it. Um, and so I thought for sure it would swing back around and start back on the um, uh, the fault line that runs right through the states. Some call it the mid of United States fault line. There's all kinds of names for it. But it runs from right about the Canada line. And let's see, this one here I think is Mammoth. Um, Mammoth, Wyoming, and that's right around Yellowstone. Yellowstones are getting ones and twos. They're getting in between 20 and about 50 earthquakes a day still. Then we had one in Honeywell, Kansas, which is odd. That was a 2.7. And one in Dover, Oklahoma, a 2.6. I wonder if Ed felt that one. Then Toyah, Texas, at 2.8. So there we have it. So what am I going to say about California? Now, I'm still thinking that, they keep talking about this big one around LA. I think it's going to be more towards, um, I think it's called Center Ridge, Ridgecrest, I think, because that's real close to on the fault line. And the reason I say that, folks, is because there was one. Um, Oh goodness, it was in the early 70s that shook all the way up to Sacramento, and it was in Southern California. And I'm thinking that's kind of where we might see one. I don't think it's going to be a big one. Everybody's talking sixes and sevens, and uh, I'm going to go with about the fives because everything's building up to fives again. I can't see and go for threes to fours and then go seven. That's not what Dutch Sense has taught me. So, but if you wanted to watch Dutch Sense, he go watch his videos. He describes them a lot better than I do, and he explains how they run and how they work. And he is on YouTube and Twitch. So I know. Oh, the one thing, good news I wanted to tell you guys about. Social Security announces the cost of living adjustments. It could be, this is the biggest, they said, in about 40 years. The Social Security Administration announced on Thursday the cost of living adjustments for 2023 will be 8.7%. It's the biggest increase in 40 years. Seniors will begin to see the increase in January. The average increase in the benefits will be 140 according to the SSA. 8.7 tops everything for the last 40 years. It's not enough, is what they announced today. And with the expected inflation rate that rose, that climbed 8.2 on an annual basis. So they said that the further painful increases, the Federal Reserve and the central bank continue to battle the inflation, but the Biden administration decided that 8.7 increase for Social Security would help senior citizens afford the high cost of living. So I hope you guys like that one. I thought that was great news. Now, make sure I'm not going to get anything in the way. 16 pumpkin patches. Anybody going to pumpkin patch this year? They got quite a few of them. Ashland Berry Farm in Beaver Dam, Virginia. There's one in Lafayette, Indiana, Exploration Acres. If you're out in California, in Petaluma, Petaluma has a lot of country fairs. They have, oh my goodness, they have a wine fair. I believe they got a harvest fair. They got a mineral fair. They have a, uh, I think even olive fair. Didn't wasn't there a shooting? I believe at one of them here a couple years ago. Anyway, Petaluma Pumpkin Patch, amazing corn maze is there. If not, what about Rhode Island? Richmond, Rhode Island has the Hobbit House and the Pumpkin Patch. You got a Hobbit House all set up. If you're in Colorado, maybe Grand Junction, they have Studs Pumpkin Patch and Corn Maze. Susan, you've been to a corn maze before? I'm scared to go through there. I watch Children of the Corn, and I'm no, corn mazes and me. No, not this kid. Even in the daytime, I know the Children of the Corn are going to come get me. I'll have these arms reaching through the corn to get me. So no, 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 Children of the Corn and no corn patches. All right. If you're in Michigan, Harbor Springs, there's one in Palm Hill. What about Spokane? Well, here you go, William. Beck's Harvest House has got a pumpkin patch. Tennessee and Nashville, Cheekwood Harvest. They've got one. Delaware, boy, we got a lot of them. It says Camden, Wyoming, Delaware, the Pfeiffer Orchard Pumpkin Patch. And what about Virginia? The Winchester, Virginia has pumpkin patch at Hill High Farm. It's got a great big old tractor in the picture. What about Nebraska? Oh, boy, we're going through all the states, and there was only supposed to be 16 of them. It seems like I've been to like 20 of them. Vala Pumpkin Patch in Omaha, Nebraska. What about Wisconsin? A Vogel Farm in Juneau, Wisconsin. Kentucky is Nettler Farm Fest in Camp Springs. And Salem, Oregon, Harvest Fest at the EZ Orchards. And Arizona, well, here you go. Get on your bike, DB Wolf. You got a motorcycle, get on that Harley and take off and go to Queen Creek. They have a chili party event. And this is at the Schneff Farms and Pumpkin Patch. There you go. DB, do you got a Harley? I mean, most men, they have Harleys. And he seems like, if you guys seen his picture, he looks like a biker. Yeah. He's good looking, women. DB's a good looking man. So, all right, Lucky Lab Farms in Eagleville, Tennessee. he's like, no, 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 Ellie, no, stop it. All right, and the last one is Lucky Lab Farms in Eaglesville, Tennessee. So, oh boy. So now get this. Maine lobster fishermen. This is really odd that the lobster fishermen hire ex DOJ official to challenge new well laws, and they got them a high-powered lawyer. They say, and they want them to officially represent them in their case for new laws intended to protect the whales. They say appealing its case against the new rules with the Supreme Appeals Court. And the group said it has hired Paul Clement, who has served with the U.S. Solicitor General, to represent the case. The new fishing restrictions have pushed the industry to the brink of collapse. They said they've overreached, and the implications are easy to understand. It directly threatens really one of the most iconic American industries. Everyone who's ever enjoyed lobster can appreciate this. So they're chasing out the lobster fishermen to save the whales. And this is because the whale people got a little bit too extreme. I mean, whales are one thing, and as long as they're not capturing whales, I think they should be able to go for the lobster. It's going to definitely hurt the lobster industry. And what that does is it pushes lobster prices through the roof. It's already expensive to get lobster. And so they are going to try to fight it to at least release the restrictions on areas that they can do the lobster hunting. So, um, all right. Um, there is now, if you live in New York, they are having problems with their wastewater. And it is what they found is polio in the water. And they said there is more evidence in this wastewater. And samples discovered last week were linked to at least a 20-year-old man, and that basically has got paralysis in his legs. And they said they have been, most of the samples were found at Rockland. And they said they collected others all over the state, including Orange County and Sullivan County and Nassau. And one sample was found in Brooklyn. All the samples found in New York were collected in um, August of this year. The majority of the adults are protected from polio, but according to the state officials, because many were completely vaccinated during their childhood, however, officials recommended that everyone stay up to date on their immunizations. Um, so they're finding polio in the wastewater. Now, my whole thing was, who's playing in the wastewater? I don't know. Uh, they say young children should be brought up, and I guess it's gutter water that they're worried about. And not only that, but I guess they're finding traces in some of the water that they're pumping through their plants. So, and I don't want to get real gross on that, because they get the water and they pump it through and they clean it, and then put it out there. So I don't, like I said, I don't want to get gross about the wastewater, but there is more cases. Now, if you haven't heard, over in Europe, they had a hearing on the pandemic. And when asked about when Pfizer was asked about what they knew beforehand, before the pandemic, they said they knew that um, oh boy, the vaccine wasn't going to cure the pandemic. They knew about it beforehand, and it's raised a lot of controversy in the United States now. I know a lot of news people are talking about it. Um, so, hello to Judith. Um, anyway, you guys check into it, because it looks like more and more lies were told about from Pfizer, um, that we were led to believe. Either they covered up, or they lied, or the CDC lied. And see, this is, boy, I don't want to get hit with misinformation. So this all came from the EU, and what came out over the last couple days in their hearings. Um, Now, so I know you guys want to know about the cat. Now, whose cat was it? Does anybody know who had it is a famous writer. And let's see, does it give dates on this? No, no. Anyway, not many people would think of that he is a cat person, but he did love cats, and he owned several of them during his life. And when he lived in Key West, Florida, he received a gift from a captain's ship, a cat that he named Snowball. Or, according to other reports, he named this cat Snow White. The unusual thing was the cat had 6 toes, one on each paw, and which he suffered from a congenital abnormality, they said, called polydactyly. And today, several of Guess Who's cat, uh, half of his cats have now, over the generations, still run with 6 toes. Anybody? Oh boy, Linda nailed it right there. And we're not even doing trivia. It was Hemingway, Ernest Hemingway. Boy, uh, jumped on that quick, Linda. You had that one. Oh, what about, do you know who had a pet raven then? We got another one with a pet raven. And this was another English writer. And he had a beloved pet raven called Grip. and he even used as a character in one of his novels, Barnaby Rouge. Um, let's see, Edgar Allan Poe, who later reviewed this novel, might have been inspired and wrote the book about this. I guess it's a bird. I'll tell you, it's a bird, and it is a raven. And he kept the bird on his desk as a source of inspiration. And after the death, he stuffed Grip, and it was sold at auction. And eventually, the American collector today, it can be seen in the museum in Philadelphia, and it is Charles Dickens. He had a raven. Oddly enough. Now, this one here, this goes way back though, to quickly get done with the critters. Lloyd Byron, the most he is was famous 1805, right about that time. Well, he went to college, and he wanted to have a dog at college, and they would not allow no dogs. They said no, no dogs, no cats, no birds, no domestic animals. So Lloyd Byron decided he was going to go to the circus. And since his family had a lot of money, he bought a tame bear. And so he took the bear to college. It's not a domestic, he said. So they didn't have really no legal right to expel him because it was a bear. It's not a domestic animal. So Lloyd Byron kept his bear, and for a very long time. He left Cambridge and he took the bear to his estate in London. All right, so the Fat Bear Contest, Bear 747 won. You might have to go back and look at the video. Now, we had some corruption happening with the bear contest, but after it was all said and done and they recalculated, they recounted, and they looked at everybody that did legal votes, and they found out that Fat Bear 747 got it. I was hoping Holly, one of them light cinnamon color bears, would get it. All right, onward. Um, um, when did anybody know when we turn the clocks back? You know, the great way is you fall back and you spring forward. And then we're going to fall back. And despite of confusion over the new proposed federal bill, get this, yeah, the Democrats even want to mess with daylight savings time, and they have proposed a new federal bill, and the clocks of back 1 hour to conclude daylight savings time this fall. The fallback will take place on Sunday, November 6th, which requires that all clock be set back 1 hour and 5 minutes. And then that way it gives you 5 minutes to catch up, or 15 if you want extra sleep. They said daylight savings time set to kick off again in March, but future of the biannual time shift lies in the hands of Congress and this administration of Biden. So we might have it end. It depends on what they decide to vote on through Congress. Just when we thought they were going to quit messing with everything, they're going to mess with our time. They're going to mess with our time. Recalls, really quick. Home run in Chicago's frozen pizza. Let me show you what it looks like. Chicago's home run in pizza. There's a recall on that. Capri Sun, wild cherry Capri Sun pouches. Be very careful with these with your kids. They mold when they get old. Always with Capri Sun or anything in a pouch you cannot see through, cut it open and put it in a cup. That is the biggest way to stop the mold and these recalls. They say double check. Lions Magnus Beverages. This is for, looks like a pediatric peptide, it says. So that's another one that's been on a recall. Purdue frozen chicken breast tenders is another one. Purdue chicken breast tenders has been on a recall. Let's see if there's anything else. Great value chopped walnuts. I know we're all getting close to the holidays, so buy something else. Don't get these great value chopped walnuts. Um, Mighty sesame seed organic tahini. I don't know what it is. Um, Sesame seed is sesame seed sauce, I guess. Um, we're just about through them all. Market Pantry White Fudge Animal Cookies. Oh, I didn't know they come in a little bear thing. I want one. Susan, we want one of these, huh? A little bear container. White Fudge Animal Cookies. Well, I'll go get the container and pour the cookies out. Boy, I didn't see that earlier. I like that container. Um, Wendy's sandwiches containing lettuce. Um, this one here, let's see if it's got a date on this. Because if it's an old date, I don't want to. Looks like it's this month, August 2nd. Or not August 2nd, October 2nd. This one is for Wendy's sandwiches containing lettuce. If you go to Wendy's, tell them not to put the lettuce on there. There's been 43 hospitalizations, and it's also been confirmed. They must have been at the Chinese place. Maybe they use that same lettuce. Yeah, the Chinese place. 43 hospitalizations have been confirmed, and lawsuits are beginning to trickle for victims both in Michigan and Ohio. So I believe that's where the problem is. Also, fill a grilled chicken nuggets. Chick-fil-A grilled chicken nuggets. And that is it. For the recalls. Boy, there was a batch of them today. Usually I don't run into a whole bunch. And I seen today and it was like, wow, there's a whole bunch of them for stuff that is sold here in America. So we are now down to the funny list. And I do thank everyone for watching today. And please share. We had some really good info, especially about Social Security. Share it with family and friends. All right. You're in trouble. This is a very short list, and then we're going to get on to the top bucket list. There's like 100 of them, and I think we've only done 10. So you're in trouble when your accountant's letter of resignation is postmarked Zurich. Your suggestion box starts ticking. Your secretary tells the FBI on line 1, the DA on line 2, and CBS is on line 3. You're in trouble. The simple instructions enclosed aren't there. People send your wife sympathy cards on your anniversary. You see your wife and your girlfriend having lunch together. The plumber floats by on your kitchen table. You make more than you ever made, owe more than you ever owed, and have less than you've ever had. That sounds like what's going on today. All right, we're going to get on to the bucket list, and we're on to the next 10. So the bucket list, propose to a stranger when he or she is with family. All right, walk up to a small child that resembles you and tell them that you are them from the future. Oh, that poor kids. You better do it to a 9 or a 10-year-old, not to a little one. All right, randomly choose someone and say, I love you. Where were you going? Where were you for so long? The last bucket list that I did, they were wanting you to go up and kiss strangers. No. And now they want you to go up and tell people I love you. Okay. Go to local hunters and in their hunting garb and thank them for their service to their country. Stand silent and motionless in the corner of an elevator facing the wall without getting off. Oh boy, that'd be fun. They're going to go call security on them. And hello, Linda from Illinois. There you go. While in the elevator, crack open your briefcase or purse while peering in and ask, got enough air in there. Oh, okay. Oh, no, I don't know about this one. Mary, you better cover your eyes. Buy a poop-shaped cake for your best friend's birthday and see if they'll eat it. No, that's horrible. No, all right. Jump into a taxi, then shout, follow that car to the driver and point to random vehicle ahead of you. Hopefully, the man won't be too freaked out and will follow the random car. All right. Walk into McDonald's, go up to the counter and ask where the nearest McDonald's is. Okay. Go to McDonald's and ask for a Happy Meal with extra happy in it. I like that one. Purposely spell words slightly wrong and add them to a personal Microsoft Word dictionary. All right. Go to PetSmart and buy bird seed and then ask the clerk how long it will take for the birds to grow. Oh, I could do that one. That was good. Call up Pizza Hut and ask for Domino's number. And let's see. In an elevator, laugh randomly for 5 minutes and stare at other passengers like they're crazy. Even point. Oh, okay. Yeah. People are going to call security on these elevator jokes. Um, go up and go up to a person and ask, "Can I ask you a question?" And when they say sure, say thanks and walk away. These are bucket lists. Boy, how about go to a beach, a nude beach? Make sure there's 20-year-olds on there. No, no, I'm teasing. Um, whatever happened to Pixieland? Anybody in Oregon? Whatever happened to Pixieland in Oregon? Why'd they close it down? I just found that out recently. I was like telling the kids about it, and I looked it up, and it's like grass. Pixieland of all, I thought that would be forever. I think, I hope Knox Berry Farm is still open down in California. So, all right, another one here. Bucket list. Put a put a post-it note in every mailbox down your street that says, "I know where you live." Boy, my neighbors would all come to my door. They would be saying, "Oh, I think this one's for you, Ellie." Yeah, they know what I do my shows. So, yeah, they would bring all the post-it notes to Ellie, say, "Yep, someone's watching you for sure." Pretend to work at places without telling the manager. See how long you last. All right. So, hey, Karen. Karen says hi. She's sorry she's late. Um, um, let's see. Then again, in spring, go forward for the last change. I hope not. I hope they're not going to do that to us with um, the daylight savings time because that's sad. It's we've been known to do that forever. Um, but I am happy with the Social Security. I don't know if we should do the increase. It causes it to run out quicker, but I'm worried about a lot of these senior citizens and the cost of medicine that has went up. I've been hearing it from so many from the churches saying that their medicine has went up. In between those that get it for $1 or $5 or $10, they say it's doubled, and then some have even said some of their meds went from $90 to 300. Boy, so this might help a little bit, and it might help with the cost of gas over this winter. And again, happy snow for Michigan and Wisconsin this weekend. Um, I have to get used to the new time schedule. Uh, does it? That's a good question for everybody in chat. Is this new time schedule good? I mean, I like it. Um, in the mornings, it was kind of rough for me getting up at 4, but I was finding, we like to watch the algorithms and the times that people do watch, and we were most popular during 3 to 6. And also, I wanted to make these shows a little bit better, a little bit fuller. Like here in about 20 minutes, it'd be me and William, and we'll have the World War III report as well as news. So it's a good full show, full of a lot of info. Um, So, Karen, it just means you get to sleep in. I'm not used to it. I'm still waking up at 4. My body just, I don't know. I don't know. I might have to get on and just say hi to everybody, at 6 o'clock in the morning, when the curlers are in my hair and all that. So, all right, folks. But that is it. Please subscribe and share. And definitely hit the bell, the like button. I'm really do like the time schedule, and it might run into a little bit bigger news shows, but I think it's going to work out. Um, well, it works out really good. I just don't know about the Saturday and Sunday. Everybody's so used to Saturday night with the trivia. Now they're going to have to get used to being at tomorrow evening uh, at this time for trivia. It'll be during the news. It'll be news and trivia. You will still have the weather and lifestyle news. And it just gives me 2 days to plan a little bit better shows for Mondays and Wednesdays. So this week's kind of messed up because of Chinese food. The cat's in the kettle at the silver spoon. Yep. Oh boy, don't eat there. Don't eat there. All right. And with that, folks, we will see you if you are going to watch the main news. It'll be on in about 15 minutes. And if you don't, and you're just here for the weather and lifestyle news, we'll see you tomorrow at the same time. But hopefully, we'll see you in about 15, 20 minutes. You guys have a wonderful Thursday, and God bless. Bye bye, folks.